Okay, so we are here. We are Nico. Let's see. We still have our mop. No longer bloody,
Josh,
but
the chapel looks like it's been built right into the rock.
You're right. We should take a look inside.
let's.
I wonder, how old do you think the chapel is?
I'm guessing the exterior's a couple of 100 years old, but the inside? Who knows? Some parts could be much older.
Hmm. You think somehow this chapel might be connected to the face in the rock?
At a guess, I would say so.
Mhm.
Hey, look! It's Pearl and Dwayne.
Come on, honey bun. Things ain't that bad.
You just don't understand. Today's been a disaster.
But
Oh,
The monastery was closed. We got stuck in the cable car. And now this place is a building site.
to be
aw,
fair,
sweetie pie.
I would be
This was
upset as
supposed
well.
to be the spiritual highlight of our trip, Dwayne. But the only spirit I see is that rotten turpentine over there.
Aw, heck.
Clearly, the Hendersons weren't having a great vacation.
Mm. Wait, are we seriously? Are we seriously George again? Excuse, why? What? I was so excited to be Nico again, and now a single scene later, and I'm George again. Like, why even change like? Why even give Nico that 2 seconds to get inside? Whatever.
It was an old crank handle. It was a stone carving showing a kneeling figure. Wood shavings. This was one building site that needed Mr. Tidy. They smelt exotic.
I mean, this place looks like a fire hazard, especially with all of those candles lit. And all of these wood shavings, like,
An empty, coffee-stained mug had been left by the altar.
take it.
A modern plaster altar had been built against the rock. A statue of the Madonna and Child watched over the chapel. It was an empty mug.
Okay.
A battered oil drum had been tucked into the scaffolding.
Let's get the spirit.
A paint can hung from the scaffolding. It looked just like its neighbor. A paint can was hanging from a piece of wood. It looked just like its neighbor.
Okay, what does that mean?
The scaffolding was a little loose.
Why would you do that?
Everything rattled. It made a surprisingly dulcet noise.
I love that. First of all, I love that Dwayne is whistling to kind of calm her down. That's really sweet. But also, I love that to indicate that he's whistling. They didn't just put whistling. They now he's not doing it. Now he's not doing it anymore. Come on. Go ahead. Whistle again. Like there was a whole like music thing.
It produced a dull sound when I rapped my knuckle against it.
Okay. Do I need to make a sound?
It produced a dull sound.
Like, do I need to make?
It produced a dull sound.
That's the same sound, it seems. Also, bottle of turpentine. Like, see what I mean? It makes a whole music sheet, but I don't know what to do with that. Let's go over to the balcony before talking to them.
The view over the valley was spectacular.
Oh, I wish I could see it. Okay, let's see. What's in the toolbox?
It was a selection of tools.
Mason's hammer.
The hammer produced a promising sound.
Okay. Let's talk.
Well, that was fun.
Yeah, let's talk to Dwayne and Pearl. Because right now I don't know why I'm
Great
doing
to see you
that.
again, Mr. Henderson.
But I have an
Great
idea
to see you
as to
too,
why.
George. Great work back there with the cable car.
Is Pearl okay?
I wish. I'm afraid we're having one of those days where everything goes wrong.
Tell me about it.
Oh, stop.
What have you been up to since we last met in Quaramonte?
We didn't last meet in
Well,
Paramonte.
There was that little sideshow in
Yeah,
Rome,
exactly.
but we can't talk about that. You know why, George.
I do? I do.
Why?
Top secret.
Need to know, Nico. Dwayne is, snoozer.
Don't you mean a sleeper?
No way, honey. A snoozer's at least 2 pay grades up from a sleeper.
Of course.
So I hear. Anyway, I don't believe I've had the pleasure, Miss,
Nicole Collar. Call me Nico.
well, how's about that? So this is the beautiful Nico. No wonder you've been hiding her away from me, Georgie boy.
Gosh, no,
It's lovely to finally meet you too, Mr. Henderson. George has told me so much about you.
Oh, call
Have
me
they
Dwayne,
seriously
my
never
dear.
met?
And let me
Well,
assure you of
besides
one
the
thing.
2.5,
Everything you've
which is
heard
not canon.
is quite possibly true.
Dwayne was loud, large, and short-sighted, but boy was he a charmer.
I thought they did meet in Quaramonte. Like, maybe they didn't stop to talk, but they met. I don't know.
Is there anything we can do for Pearl?
I sure as hell hope so, George. She's been planning and researching this trip for years. Our little pilgrimage.
Oh,
And Santa Cova Chapel here was the cherry on the cake. Not a thing she don't know about this place. Madonna, blah, blah, blah. Chapel built in, yada, yada, yada. She's Santa Cova's very own walking encyclopedia. Well, weeping encyclopedia, I should say.
poor Pearl.
So what brings you to Santa Cova?
Pearl's idea from the get-go. Ever since the unfortunate car accident back home, she's been scouring those pilgrimage brochures. Gotta be full of wonder and life-changing imagery. Got to have penance potential. Got to offer a real spiritual experience.
Well, I'm sure this place will be very spiritual once it's finished.
You're not helping.
If the chapel is not what she expected, how about the monastery?
Hot dog, no. That place is for tourists, not pilgrims.
You said she expected a spiritual experience?
Well, that's what the brochure promised. Pilgrimages, little monk fellas, singing, shafts of light, the whole shebang.
Smells, bells, and heavenly lights.
Yeah, that's what the lady wanted. Oh, excuse me. Pearl needs me. There, dear.
Pearl could be a mine of information about the chapel, if we could just cheer her up.
Okay, we need to recreate that song for sure, but like, how? Let's talk to Nico. Nico is a genius. Nico always knows what's up. Oh, there's also an industrial crater. Okay. Something like ba 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 ba. With all of
Nico?
those.
So, what did you mean by smells, bells, and heavenly lights?
I'm talking about the authentic church experience.
Oh, I see. Smells, bells, and heavenly lights.
Okay. Are you saying we need to light up the spirits like this turpentine to make it go woozy? What?
Any idea how old the chapel is?
That's what I asked you.
So, we basically don't know anything.
That's the long and short of it, George.
I found a statue over there. A black Madonna.
Great! What did you find out about it?
Nada.
That's all I got.
Well, it's not a lot to go on.
Poor Pearl.
She's in quite a state. If we're going to find the tabula, her knowledge is key.
So, all our hopes are pinned on an American tourist.
I pin my hopes on an American tourist all the time.
That's fair enough. Also, I'm sure you can hear it. I mean, I don't know how good this microphone is, but usually it's not that good. So I'm sure you can hear all of the construction that they're doing outside, even though I closed the window. They're being quite loud, but also, you know, there's some construction happening in game. So as always, like sometimes it's the dog, and I'm telling you, it's just a dog in Paris. This time though, it fits. There's some construction happening in the chapel, so just pretend it's that. It's somebody outside of the chapel doing something. I don't know.
Got any ideas for smells?
Have you found any incense? Church smells don't get much more authentic than incense.
Oh, turpentine.
It was a half-empty bottle of turpentine.
What do you think about this one?
She probably wouldn't care.
Okay, fine. So let's put the turpentine in the bit.
That would be pointless.
Would it? The thing is, it's the only. Oh, I can put wood shavings somewhere.
My mother always said cleanliness is next to godliness.
Okay, now we can get those, but
I couldn't see anything unusual about it.
maybe let's put wood shavings in the builder's mug.
I put the shavings in the mug.
There we go, because I want to light it up. So
That was never gonna...
what do you mean? Well, okay.
That was almost a great idea.
Huh. Oh, maybe just matches, because no, the cockroach doesn't do much.
I lit the shavings. They smelled not completely unlike sandalwood. The shavings were slowly burning inside the mug.
Okay, but what if we can...
That was...
I don't know. Okay, fine. So there's some smell going on at least, I guess. I don't know.
That was... I poured the turpentine into the paint can.
There we go. I knew it, because we need to change the note. Because otherwise it was too similar to that. Okay.
The hammer produced a promising sound. A.
What are you up to?
Look, I made a Churchenspiel. Well, that was fun.
Do you know what Dwayne is singing? Do you know
Hey,
those
Nico.
notes? The thing is, I'm sure I've said it other times, but in Italy we don't use the letters. In Italy we use do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, si. So I know some very basic music theory, but like I know in theory how to read. It would take me ages because it's been ages since the last time I did it, and I'm really not, you know, but I'm really out of practice. But even if I could read that, it would still be in sol, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, si,
The
and not
hammer
in
produced a
the letters. So
G. A. F sharp. No, that wasn't quite right. B, if I wasn't mistaken.
B. Okay,
Hi, Dwayne.
Hey, George.
they're whistling.
Hey,
There
that
we
tune
go.
you were whistling earlier, it sounded familiar.
Oh, it's Schubert's Ave Maria. In our courting days, me and Pearl used to hang out with the Campanology Society. It was Pearl's favorite.
Okay, actually, we haven't talked about all
I
of
thought
these.
maybe a squirt of Brett might cheer her up.
Doubt it.
Very considerate of you, George, but Pearl prefers a flowery scent.
I didn't think he wouldn't want. Dwayne, know anything about this?
Sorry, George,
Can you
I
imagine if
don't.
he did? I mean, wouldn't surprise me, to be honest.
I didn't think Dwayne. I was sure he did. Dwayne, he. I. Good thing we had the radio.
In my line of work, I'm always prepared.
For what?
Well, thieves. I gotta protect my lunchbox somehow, George.
He probably. I knew.
Okay, so Ave Maria.
Oh, excuse me. Pearl needs me.
Can you whistle again? Why is it every time I want to see this thing, it doesn't. He doesn't whistle, please. Come on. I googled it. I didn't google the solution. I don't want to know the solution. But now I have the thing, the music sheet, I guess, the little thing that he sings, and it seems like, which one was the G? This one was the G, right?
G.
F sharp.
F sharp.
G.
G.
B. This was the B.
B.
A.
A.
G.
G.
Yay!
I had it. It was the tune Dwayne was humming.
There we go.
George, that's Ave Maria. Let me have a go.
with the bloody mob, of course. Excuse you? What are you? What? Just on the hell? Nico? She's a goddess.